Hey everyone, I'm here to talk to you about gender and nature, more specifically, woman and nature. After reading Black Woman in the Wilderness by Evelyn E. White, I was inspired to further dive into the feeling women hold about nature, and after reading about her fears of nature, partly due to her ethnicity and gender. This is Walden Pond, where Thoreau lived in nature and apart from society, where he lived deep and sucked the marrow out of life. According to Thoreau and Emerson, nature is something that helps people live better lives and enriches what they get out of life. Unfortunately, they did not consider any other perspective than male. Women's experience in nature should be like this photo: sunny, beautiful, and a place to get lost in. Unfortunately, it isn't like that for most women, including me, due to societal relationship between women and nature that comes from popular culture such as movies, books, and television shows. Along with real-life crimes, women are frightened by nature. For example, I come from an extremely woodsy area in New Jersey. However, most people will be shocked to know that I have never been camping and I have never gone hiking. In fact, I'm so frightened of nature that I refuse to touch anything but the man-made lake plopped right in the middle of my town. For me and other women, nature looks a lot more like this. Why? Partly because of the stigmas around nature for women, parents warning children about walking around at night, movies depicting girls running from some mass murderer in the woods, or even real life stories of girls' bodies being dumped there. But it wasn't always like that. Historically, women and nature have a joint symbiotic relationship. Fertility goddesses would be associated with spring and flowers. In fact, we give flowers on Mother's Day because of its historic significance as a sign of fertility. Society used to view women as caretakers of the family, drawing from the nurturing aspect of nature. Both nature and women used to be depicted as nurturing providers. As the earth gives us life, so do women give life on earth. Ecofeminists are a part of a branch of feminism that wish to return women to a close relationship with nature because of the links and similarity women have with nature. It's called Mother Nature, after all. Sadly, the fight to return women to close relationship with nature is hindered by the depiction of nature and women in pop culture that further instills fear. This is a famous scene from the horror film The Evil Dead. Many horror films, especially the slasher genre, depict brutal deaths of women, mostly in nature. To add to that fear, real-life criminals seem to have a preference for dumping or murdering women in the woods. A quick Google search will pull up at least 3 cases in the US in the last month alone. Because criminal activity in the woods has always been a problem of society, many women fear even stepping foot close to the woods. There is no real way to fix the perception women have of nature. The entertainment industry will continue to portray graphic scenes of women in nature to make money, and criminals will continue to commit acts of violence in nature. However, women can still take nature back by going out and experiencing nature for themselves and overcoming their fears. Camping trips with friends is a good way to start because you would be surrounded by women you know and trust. By going out and experiencing nature, despite fears, women can live that experience and find their own Walden. Nature is out there and meant for everyone, so women shouldn't stay back on trips or avoid it at all costs. I even took my own advice this past weekend and went out for my first ever run. Before that, I had never ran outside and instead confined myself to running on a treadmill in the safety of a gym. I was shocked to find that I loved the way the wind felt when I ran, and the beautiful scenery helped me finally connect with nature.